What?
So now you're reacting to the boy group New East W and a song that we featured on our 2018 medley. Yes. So it'll be interesting for you guys to finally hear the original song that you played a short snippet of in an orchestral arrangement. Help Me is about when your world is crumbling down and you feel as if you don't have a fate. The person who you are in love with will help you endure it all. This song is composed by Bumsu and the New East member Beiko.
I have a guess that this will be like a sad song but upbeat. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh. Ooh.
Whoa.
Wait,
what? Sick.
Okay, that was weird.
Oh, do you hear that?
It
the
is
Morse
upbeat.
code is like, it's the beat. It's a pitched beat now.
I wonder if it means SOS.
Maybe. I'm not gonna go through that research.
Ooh. I really like that, just like the one that brought us down.
I like that.
I think it's like Do Sol La Mi.
I like the little synth in the back.
I like the little pop of strings.
Oh, it's getting loud.
It's so thick, I feel like I'm just kind of like swimming through the sound.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
This is sick as fuck so far. Also, I appreciate that they go flat 7, flat 6, 2, 5, 1, because there's a jump of a tritone, which is.
Interesting.
I love the weird displacement of rhythm. It makes it feel so like unbalanced a little bit.
That's interesting because they just repeat the same thing 3 times and then the third one is different. So that's like the sentence structure and that's like super old. Like Mozart does that.
Wow. F, E flat.
Whoever's singing that is so good at vocal transitions.
I like that it's really vocal heavy.
Yeah. Well, like there's like very little like bass beat, and then it like all comes back in here, so it's like really dramatic. And whenever you have like an octave leap, like driving into something like that, just it's really effective.
It's very harmonic.
I like
Feels like
that.
the harmony is driving the melody, not the other way around.
Like the two melodic lines don't interfere because of the different dynamic levels. Oof. I like the non-root chord, the inverted chord. Oh, wow, half diminished as the first note of a progression.
And they all have such unique voices.
Ooh, he's like underwater.
That's really fucking high.
Ooh. Let's do the chorus, but let's make it piano acoustic and not have anything.
The delay is very nice.
Okay,
And now
here's
the resolution. Yeah.
They tricked us.
Such ASMR. Oh, that's cool.
They like totally end without resolving too.
Yeah, they end on 5.
But it's like a spicy 5 because it's like it's really high in the register and it feels like it's driving, like they're doing an ascending harmony, so it's like going up in pitch and register, and so it like you want it to resolve so badly at the end and then it doesn't.
Yeah, that was really good. They look fucking good. Everything around them looks fucking good. They all sound fucking good.
Wait, how many
Like-
F-bombs you gonna the drop.
Sorry.
If we exceed more than one F word in a reaction video, I'll bleep them all out.
Oh my God.
Cool. I'm trying to pinpoint like what was so good about it. It was just really, really good. It was really good. All of their voices were so different. Some of them had different skills that they were showcasing really wisely. That one, like, singer on the chorus who was like transitioning between head and chest, like back and forth, that was like really good. And like even the rapping parts, it was good.
Some of the most interesting things that they do has to do with like where the bass line is moving, and they do some cool chromatic things. But that's not something that you really consciously notice when you're listening to music unless you are like looking specifically for it. So it just makes the song seem more or feel more interesting. They also did the really cool thing with the piano coming in after the big silence.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think they could have done more things that are like that. But I mean, there's definitely a place for songs that people kind of expect them to go a certain way, and you gotta have something to listen to that's not just totally off the wall all the time.
I like it when they do something that we don't expect, like when we're listening to it, because both of us, or you as well, Luma, we all have like very tonal ears, and so we hear harmonies resolve before they actually happen, and then so when they do resolve in a different way that we don't expect, and I think this is why we have such an affinity for classical music, is because that frequently happens. That's when I'm like, oh my gosh, my ears like pick up and like I focus on what I'm listening to. And I think that that's like a big thing about K-pop music that I really enjoy, is that does frequently happen.
Yeah, I wasn't like too impressed, to be quite honest.
I really liked like the soaring melodies in the chorus. Na 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 na, and I like kind of like the importance of the beat and like that kind of syncopation was nice.
As I've said earlier just now, that it felt like the harmonies were driving the melodies and not the other way around. So it felt like there wasn't as much harmonic movement, if that makes sense. It was just kind of like this one steady, like, this might sound super Shankarian and simplistic, but just like kind of like an extended one minor chord, just like, and it goes like, boo, and then there's like no resolve, and it just like
was that
falls off.
the false drop?
Yeah, and then the false and then it's like,
and it's the door.
Oh, where's the resolution? Like, where's the minor one? Which is cool, but it's just like.
But maybe that represents when people ask for help and nothing happens and their life doesn't get better.
Oh wow, that just got super dark.
I like that they had a different approach to construction in terms of like just physically what parts came after what parts. I liked their choice of bridge and not just their choice of rap break, which often happens.
This is the K-pop boy band group vibe that I will watch 18 of these in a row, so I'm happy. Yeah, partially I think it's because I've like played it, so I like know it and I'm like excited to hear it. I really like this group too, so. But yeah, I think that they did some cool stuff with the pre-chorus, with the like fourths that are like driving in, and then having the octave into the chorus with like the bass drop. I think I'm a sucker for it.
That bridge was really special with all the really well-produced piano sounds and the alternate harmonies. Yeah, and there were some throughout the song. There were, like it's an E-flat minor, but occasionally it would start with a chord that I don't expect, like a half diminished. And then sometimes, instead of using like a regular 5-1, it would use an inverted 5 to a 1. Then, when the bass has that chromatic motion, it's always sexy and angsty and help me.
I thought the transfer of energy so they had 3 levels at the very beginning, just setting it up. You can faintly hear the top, and then I guess from these headphones, I guess specifically I got to hear more of the mid and low register. And then I noticed that just all 3 of them are very active, but then once you transition to the first verse, the momentum was still there, which I actually really
The first verse?
I think it was the first verse. There's
that
an
be
intro.
later?
Oh,
Oh,
the intro
okay.
and then the first verse.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting how the energy just continued to just keep rolling, and then even if there's a part where the instruments dissipate and they're just nowhere to be seen, and maybe there's just one click track with the vocal line, it's all very silent, so it grabs your attention. I thought it was interesting that this chorus was just, well, they stayed in the mid-range, and it was just pleasant knowing that they maintained the integrity of these different registers, and then keeping that momentum was just wow.
Well, I think it comes across as more sentimental and more emotional when they do it in a slightly more subdued way. It's especially impressive because the song isn't particularly fast, but yeah, I definitely felt that same type of momentum that the whole song had. It felt very cohesive, despite the ending leaving me wanting a little more. But
it's always
yeah.
like that, though. You know, just they just
Not
end on
always.
an odd chord or just question mark.
Yeah.
Listen to the rest of the album, kind of.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
come
was
to our
very
live show.
That's a great way to promote.
I also gotta say, I love their hair, and don't be surprised if I show up with that color.